हाँ जी, ऐसे ही क्रिस्पी होता है। साफ पे
देखो कैसे स्लाइड कर रहा है।
लो पलट गया। ये दूसरा भी रेडी है, मसाला डाल दिया,
मस्त लग रहा है यार।
बस प्लेट में रख दिया, खाइए गरम गरम।
From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe, there stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the woke, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic relief crusader. Hello, how's it going? It's time for another Titillating Tuesday. And you've entered the Geekosphere here on episode 141. God, have I been going on that long? It's kind of weird. The only show on Tuesday that isn't quite as boring as you thought it would. Yeah, I want to say hi to everybody that joined in right now. So if you missed that little video in the beginning, that's okay. You don't really need to see it. But you might. It's what happens when immigrants invade the country. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. How's it going, dude? Nice to see ya. Happy Tuesday. And hello, guys. Hello to you. JRC. So we got another video coming out. Nice to see you, my man. And I can't wait for it. And the one and only Lenrod. I've been thinking about you today. I have. And how it's still amazing that you came up with that quote so many years ago. Like, God, over 4 years ago. So, owe you a lot, dude. Let's see. Why does, JRC says, why does Tuesday evenings feel like a Saturday morning? I don't know. It doesn't for me. Because, oh, God, after today, it's, I feel older because I'm stiff. God, I hate getting older. Linrod, I don't know. I'm at work, so it still feels like a Tuesday to me. Yeah, it does. After today, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, it feels like a Tuesday. Really? You're wearing the shirt right now? That is weird because while I was trimming some trees today, and I was thinking about, wonder if I should update the t-shirt. And then I thought, no, not really. Because Lenrod came up with a quote that's on the back. And then I thought, I wonder if he ever wears it. And there's my answer. Like, you're wearing it right now at work. That is so awesome, dude. I guess we're really copacetic. So anyway, hope everybody is doing fine out there so far. Kind of in the beginning of the week. It's been rather interesting. Hope you caught the movie on Mike's Movie Matinee. Greta Garbo's first talkie. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. I had no idea she was Swedish. I really honestly did not know. Yeah, it was quite a nice movie. Hope you guys catch it. Because on Mike's Movie Matinee, that's where we're making movies magnificent again. And then on huge circles, Ledrod likes the huge circles. We did something a little bit different. So for you guys out there, if you want to improve, if you plan on doing a story of any sort, whether it's film, maybe a novel, or doing your own comic or anything like that, Al Nickerson over at his place, his domicile on Facebook, and former comic aficionado and worker over at Marvel, DC, Archie, Nickelodeon, blah 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 blah, all that kind of fun stuff. Because he knows what he's talking about, and he's a pro at that. We were going through a lot of stuff and about storytelling, what you should do, how you should do it, and why it's a really good idea. And so there might be some very interesting pointers for you guys there. So JRC says, yeah, I love yelling at I love yelling the kids who work for me that I was born during the Cold War. Oh my God. Although I might yell at the kids, it's well worth it, isn't it? It's well worth it. Yeah. I wouldn't say during the Cold War, though, we lived in constant fear, because I don't know, for some odd reason, I just knew World War III wasn't going to happen. It's like, Soviet Union's over there, America's here. It's not going to happen. I always kind of thought that. But it produced some pretty good movies. So, let run. That's one of the neat things about the silent era. So many actors from so many countries. No sound means no language barrier. Well, here's the thing. Because that movie is what they called a talkie. So because the talkies finally came out in 1929. And currently, right now, we're going through all the movies of 1930. And, I'll throw in a early one every once in a while, depending. But 1929 is when the talkies actually started. So you might like it. There's quite a few. I even put at the beginning of the year John Wayne's first credited movie. And I also put John Wayne's uncredited very first movie. So you might find that. You might like that. Anyway, seeing how we're 7 minutes in, I think this time I'm going to do the segment that lots of people love, which we call Stupid News. All the news that's stupid and new and improved by the U.S. Army, the sweetest smelling army in the world. Let's see. So what do we got here for stupid news today? And because I like to fill you guys in on the chat so you can enjoy watching yourselves talk. Let's see. What do we got here for stupid news today? The really weird thing is I'm running out of stupid news. So again, like I mentioned every once in a while, if you guys have stupid news, message me, send it to me, Facebook, X, wherever you guys are. I would enjoy a lot more stupid news. So, and because you guys are crusaders on this channel, yeah, that's what I expect you to do. Anyway, stupid news. So this from, let's see, the National Roast. There you go, Lenrod. Yeah, bring the pain. So up here in Canada, I'm sure that many of you guys agree that we have what we call the MAID program. And so this came out February 1st. Health Canada expands MAID eligibility. That's what they call the program. If you want to basically off yourself, government funded, of course, to include Trump derangement syndrome. So officials acknowledge the change will likely reduce future Liberal voters, but stress that severe TDS causes acute, unrelenting psychological suffering that meets MAID's grievous and irredeemable criteria. So there you go. If you happen to be in Canada and you suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, don't delay. if you can't take it anymore, then you can go ahead and check yourself into Canada's MAID program, where you can potentially end the stress and suffering that Donald Trump has forced upon not just all the people in Canada, but around the world as well. But you have to be a Canadian citizen in order to get accepted into the main program, and all on the taxpayers' funds. So no problems right there. And for all of you guys watching in on X and on Rumble, welcome. Glad you can join us and you can see what's going on here in Canada. And this is why Alberta wants to separate. So yeah, it's media fueled insanity. It is. Because apparently in 2019, and I had no idea that this was actually going on, and I should have been in media for 20 years in graphic design and whatnot. Yeah, apparently while Trudeau was in office back in 2019, basically they said that the media can go ahead and lie to everybody. So that explains a lot of things that are going on right now. Yeah, so they should really make a pharmaceutical kind of commercial for this. Do you suffer from Trump derangement syndrome? Can't stand the insanity that's going on in your daily lives every day? Are you hating the tariffs that Trump has put on Canada and causing the great stress of food prices going up every day, taxes up the yin-yang that you can't possibly afford, thinking about maybe selling your firstborn child in order to make those debts disappear? Well, then look no longer, because Health Canada can let you into the MAID program to end the suffering that many of us have gone through today. So, Lenrod, hopefully Alberta scoots. No more funding for the stupid. Exactly. That'll precisely be what happens. So, and speaking of Alberta, so we'll give that. I don't know what you guys think of that, but yeah, sheer insanity. But wait, there's more. And like Lenrod said, speaking of Alberta, I got a really good one for you guys. Really, really good one for you guys. And it has to do with our province, soon to be republic, because this has been going around Calgary. And yeah, especially in Calgary. And you know what? I'm going to no, actually that's worse. But you know what? I'm gonna embiggen themselves. Apparently, this has been going around in Alberta. A white supremacy movement is growing in Alberta. It's a white supremacy movement, apparently. I don't know about you, but that would pretty much include almost everybody in Alberta then. So I'm not kidding. This is literally there have been people going door to door. Apparently the opposition here in Alberta, Naheed Nenshi, who was the former mayor of Calgary, and of course he had to make it a point to tell everybody that, you know, he's gay, you know, like that was going to win him any brownie points or anything like that. You need to make your own national animal, Albertosaurus. My God, I love it. I love it. Dino power. And, oh man, if they were alive, we'd put them at our borders. They'd be like drug sniffing dinos. Yeah, because of course it is, right? So apparently he's been telling every MLA, you know, that they should sign this document that, you know, I'm so and so and I'm in your writing and I'm signing this to say that, you know, I don't agree with Alberta signing. And it's like, you just committed political suicide because nobody will ever vote for you again. and it's glorious. But anyway, so people have been going door to door in towns in Alberta, in the city of Calgary, and apparently in Edmonton too. And they've been asking people at the door if they're for separation. Okay? I want to make this clear. This is basically illegal because it's nobody's damn business. So, and on top of that, should they tell said person, because they apparently have been putting on fake badges like they're canvassers, and trying to get a poll, but apparently all of that has been found out as fake. And Vince Womack, yes, oops, totally lost track of time. If I had a pit, I'd put you in it right now. So, how's it going, man? Just for that, I'm making Lenrod and JRC mod. So anyway, so they found out that they're for the separatist movement, then they leave this in your door. Okay? Anything that's pro-freedom is white power. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. So I'm going to tell you what's on this thing, okay? So apparently there's a white supremacy movement growing in Alberta. And I love how they fact check, okay? So fact check number 1. It's on the left there. I don't know if any of you guys can read it. So if you got a big screen TV, good for you. You can do that. Invents less work for me. There. So apparently they say their fact check, the Alberta Prosperity Project, APP, was orchestrated by Steve Bannon, the architect. Steve Bannon, really? The architect of MAGA and Brexit, announced on his podcast, The War Room. Like, no, it wasn't. Next one. 500 million has been cited as a loan from the U.S. government, and several meetings with the current U.S. administration has been held. Yes, that's actually true. JRC. But you guys are the Great White North. Yes. But not for long. So yes, that part actually is true. Part of it is true. It is rumor, though, that Trump had said, should separation take place, $500 million would be in a fund, right? That we don't have to use it if we don't want to. Interest-free. And if we decide to use it, okay, sure. Can pay it back whenever we want. Because it's basically startup capital if we need it. So that part is kind of like slightly rumor. However, there have been meetings, obviously, between our premier, not that she's... I shouldn't say she's not for separation, but she's assisting it. Let's put it that way. She can't come right out and say it. But there have been some people that have already met with, the Trump administration, basically. Next one. The UPC, that's basically, the Conservative Party, United Conservative Party, passed Bills 1 and 14, allowing the Alberta Prosperity Project to gain momentum. No, not really. This has just been going around because people have been talking, and we've been talking about this for a very long time. The Conservatives really didn't pass anything. It's just that something that, the people of Alberta have initiated by themselves. So, and it's being funded by the people of Alberta, by, donations mainly, and no foreign money has come in order to make this happen. No money from the States, no money from Russia, no money from anywhere. This is all funded by the people of Alberta. So that is false. Next one. The Conservative, basically the United Conservative Party, ignored results from the Forever Canadian campaign and circumvented legal processes to re-enter the referendum question regarding separation, then increased the citizen petition from $500 to $25,000, discouraging counter petitions. No, they didn't. They didn't ignore the results. It's just that there wasn't a lot. And no, they didn't just raise the petition money. That's just bullcrap, right? Apparently, the next one, separatists refer to an immigration and deportation plan as one of their top interests in the Alberta Prosperity Project. Yes, it is, because we don't want them here. We want jobs for Albertans, not from, Punjab people and people, of a, how should we say, Middle Eastern persuasion, if you know what I mean. Already in the past year, they've already gotten rid of 1,000 illegal people here in Alberta, kind of going against what the Liberal government wants, and good for them because they've shipped them out. So Alberta for Albertans. So yeah, don't want them here. And besides, when all federal money from Ottawa coming, giving free money to all these illegals, essentially, because I'll call them that, they'll disappear awfully quick. They'll go to other provinces. So, because, whoever's left to stay in Canada, that's where they'll get their free money from. So, yeah, exactly. Just a little bit, says Vince. Just a little bit. Another one. Yeah, Alberta is so resource heavy that no external funds are needed. Precisely. Oil, gas, very clean oil and gas. So, if you go down to Venezuela, the oil is, how should I put it, a lot heavier. And it takes a longer time to process. Whereas up here, it's basically what they call, very clean, right? It takes very, very little processing, resources. And I mean, we got the resources to do it anyway, right? So essentially, even if we ship it down to you guys down in the States, it's very, very nice gas and oil. So it's very sweet. Funnier though, when you, anywhere else in the province, I'm going to tell you this right now, and this is very interesting. While I was working with precision drilling when I was on the oil rigs, the further away that you move from the Rocky Mountains, the oil and gas is what they call sweet. Okay, that means there's a lot less, like way less sulfur in the oil and gas, right? The closer you move to the Rocky Mountains, it becomes, heavy or, dirty, so to speak, right? That means there's more of a sulfur content in there, in the gas especially. So we have the resources to actually, get that out and make it even cleaner. And of course, the fun byproduct is a lot of sulfur, so which is really good. Yeah, and Ottawa's free monies come mostly from Albertans anyway. Yeah, it does. 100%. Let's see. So yeah, we don't want them in here. So that's a good thing. The UPC. I love how they They try to put everything as conservatives are bad. So basically, the conservatives created the Alberta Sheriff's Police Force and passed bills to require immigration status on driver's licenses. Yes. Yes. That is something that's been tabled about making an Albertan police force and getting rid of the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, because of their gross incompetency. And besides, a lot of towns in Alberta have their own sheriff. And I'm not kidding. That's actually what we call them. We still call them sheriffs. So I love how they put that on the bottom. ICE is here now. I love it. I love it. This is awesome. What action can you take? So on the right side, what action can you take? Ooh. Don't you just want to take this seriously? You got to take it seriously. Take it seriously. You may think it's a joke, but a growing number of Albertans see separation as a real future. Yeah. Because they've been bitching and complaining about it for well over 20 years. Well, you know what? I'm going to put it to you very clearly. This has been going on for literally 100 years. If I had the old newspaper periodical cartoon to show you, even 100 years ago, they knew about this. And they were getting really sick and tired of it. So yeah, because it is. And if they don't like it, well, you know, they can go, excuse the language, but they can go take a flying fuck. So, the next thing you can do is have difficult conversations with loved ones about the powerful marketing and misinformation associated with the Alberta Prosperity Project, APP. They are well funded and know how to cause emotional reactions. Oh my God. That's because liberals and NDP are so easily triggered. So, if you were to look at my ex and see all the Canadians from everywhere, you know, calling us traitors and this person should go to jail, that person should go to jail because they're committing high, and it's like, well, they were okay when Quebec wanted to separate, so, you know. Yeah, I kind of figured you guys got shares too, you know, down in the States, which is nice. I like that. I like the fact that, you know, it feels kind of, in a way, old, you know, the West kind of thing. You're a new sheriff in town kind of thing. And Vince Womack, I thought they changed his mounted to moronic a while ago. Oh, yeah, from Canadian Mounted Police to Canadian Moronic Police. Yes, they totally 100% should. And you guys on X, hey, if you got a comment, go ahead and comment. Or if you're on the Rumbles, I'd love to hear you guys. And Landrod says, yeah, it's easy to mess with emotionally motivated people. They lack self-control. They do. Like stupid toddlers. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So having difficult conversations with loved ones about the marketing and misinformation associated with the APP. They will know, they're well-funded, know how to cause emotional distress. Don't assume. Remember, don't assume, because, you know, how you spell it? Assume, ASSUME. You know, the old saying, don't assume, it makes an ass out of you and me, right? So don't assume you will see past it. The reality is most citizens will not be able to. Do you think Trump would see a second term? Like, what does this have to do with Trump? And Trump is in office now. So, I mean, technically, wouldn't this be his second term anyway? So, but what does this have to do with Trump? It has nothing to do with Trump. So it's just absolutely retarded. And the last thing they say, okay, so verify the following information before sharing. It is everyone's responsibility to stop the spread of misinformation. So, and of course, if you want to take legal action, your one legal recourse is to recall your MLA. See, there's the punchline. There is no harm to sign. Existing MLAs are free to run again. To find your MLA, yeah, you got to scan the QC code or QR code, whatever they call it, right? But here it is. It's trying to encourage people to, if you don't like it, remove them in any way possible. So, these commies here, I don't care if they're liberal or NDP, the New Democratic Party. They're basically communists. But, I mean, in reality, they're all socialists. Even the Green Party up here, that drunken, friggin' stupid, dumbass bitch. I don't even know why she's still in office. Anyway, Elizabeth May, go look her up. She's constantly drunk all the time. They're all communists, all of them. And this has been in the works. This has been planned. So it's been a stupid news. A little bit of long-winded stupid news because now we're a little over half an hour in, but whatever. And of course, conversation is difficult for them. Yeah, exactly. They can't go 10 seconds without yelling. True. Or, huddling in a fetal position and looking for their binky and a coloring book with crayons. And yeah, huddling in a fetal position in the corner. So anyway, so there's your stupid news, a little bit of long stupid news. But I thought, you know what? Considering how this very well might be the, very soon the Republic of Alberta, well, strong and free. So there you go. Yeah, that's what's happening in this country. So anyway, today, I thought I would make this more of a anime day. It's about anime day. And you guys out there have had enough of, sick and tired of, bad news all the time. Pretty much, what's Disney doing? They got a new CEO. Oh, who cares? It's basically probably going to be the same crap that they have anyway. What's his face taking over for Star Wars? Don't really care. Like, really, honestly, does anybody really care? If you're going to watch something, why hate watch? There's no point in even hate watching because you're just allowing their algorithm to pick you up. And so they make more crap like Star Trek. So, and I know there's a particular moron right now that loves to stream for vengeance at the same time that I do because he thinks he's just stealing views from me or whatever. And I don't really care. His mayor was just found out that he was on Epstein Island anyway. So basically all New Yorkers are, essentially pedos. So anyway, what's going on in news today? Let's see. We're going to be taking a look at some interesting things here. First up to bid is some interesting news. Now, remember, just because I say the word Netflix doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad thing, okay? Just to let you know. Because, weirdly enough, there have been some good stuff on Netflix. Shocking, I know. So, but it is what it is. So anyway, let's see, this is going on in Netflix. Waiting for this to pop up. Apparently, Netflix and anime studio MAPPA, they got a new partnership going on and raises horrifying odds for a live-action Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, I mean, I've seen Chainsaw Man, saw the movie that came out. Pretty decent animation. It was like really, really decent, I must say. Jujutsu Kaisen, I haven't checked out yet. I'm trying to get through too many things as it is anyway. So, and if you've seen some of it, Screaming for vengeance, Judas Priest. Oh, man. And Vince, anime. Yesterday I started watching Transformers Headmasters. There you go. There you go. It gets better about halfway through. I'll tell you that much. It gets a little bit ridiculous, but it starts to get good. So don't give it up just yet. And especially gets really, really good in Super God Master Force. And Vincent says, yeah, remember Cuties? Nah, they're not getting my money. No, I get it. I get it. I do get it. Although, like I said, on the other hand, One Piece, that was actually pretty good. You might want to check that out. Or Sail the High Seas, if you know what I mean. But anyway. This is an interesting collaboration by Studio MAPPA and Netflix. So here is the news. So in helping expand the global anime audience, oh God, Netflix has announced a strategic partnership with famed anime studio MAPPA. The exact terms of which opened the door for the pair to intrinsically collaborate. And while nothing is even rumored to be in the works, this development raises a terrifying possibility regarding a potential live-action Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen. Yes, it will. I'm not going to lie, it does. Okay. So on to what's this? On Tubi, I'm battling to watch Transformers Armada. It's hard. It is in English. In Japanese, it's not so bad. Yeah. I'll say that. Watch them in Japanese if you can. I can easily send them all to you. Anyway. Yeah, because we know what happened with Bebop. That was not good. Their version of Netflix, which apparently was not good. I didn't watch it because I never watched the anime. So, no, because I know they had a buddy there that played Green Goblin as the spirit or, whatever. I know the premise of the story. I just don't know what the characters' names are in that. So, you know what? But then again, it seems like they've learned from their mistakes. One Piece is pretty good. Season 3 coming out really, really soon. Season 2. And Yu Yu Hashiko was a little rushed, but it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. So, who knows? It's a mystery. So, maybe this might help you, Vince. Watch Chainsaw Man. I don't know. So formally announced on January 21st, this collaboration will see the two media entities working to projects with a global perspective, from story development to merchandise, with Netflix set to exclusively stream a slate of original MAPPA-produced anime titles to members worldwide. So apparently the anime is central to our members' viewing experience, said Netflix, and today more than half of Netflix members enjoy anime on the service. So, which is actually quite a lot. I mean, considering all the other, shows, movies and whatnot that they got on Netflix, more than half of the people subscribed to Netflix are watching anime. So it's kind of surprising. And the anime viewership has tripled over the past 5 years. So they're actually putting more of a selection out there. With this partnership, MAPPA's new anime titles will premiere exclusively and simultaneously worldwide on Netflix, allowing fans everywhere to experience these stories together. So this is kind of surprising, Um, I always thought Cowboy Bebop was overrated. The live action, yes. Um, I check out the anime. I never did finish the movie that they had, but it's it's different. It kind of reminds me of, almost kind of reminds me of, excuse me, kind of like an anime Firefly series. Sort of. A little bit different here and there, but it's it's not too bad. I suppose it kind of depends on what you like in anime anyway. So that pick there really might convince me. Yes, I thought it would. So that pick there, or are you talking about that pick there? Because it's probably that pick. So yeah, and that's from Chainsaw Man the movie. So you can pause. Anyway, Gap After Dark. How's it going, dude? So hello everyone. I just got wrapped up in the you know what files. Yes. Oh, I've been hearing lots of names in those files, dude. I was even thinking about doing a show like who's in it so far. I've seen it, says Lenrod. It's an okay show. Just never thought it was that great. Everyone is kind of dumb. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the greatest or, or great. It's just, I don't know. It's nice to watch. So, it's not too shabby. That's what I thought. It's decent. So, but anyway, so offering his own comment on the deal, MAPPA president. Okay, so because you got to remember, the dealing with the Japanese, they're not going to take any screwing around, especially from the wokey U.S. Sorry to put it that way, but you know what I mean, right? Because we've talked about this with manga, and that they're not going to kowtow to any of this, Western woke ideology kind of crap. And I can kind of see the same thing happening with this kind of deal. So, MAPPA president CEO Otsuka explained, "We have worked with Netflix on various projects in the past, but this expanded partnership is based on MAPPA's core belief in being an independent studio, both creatively and in business. So, Japanese animation studios must proactively lead every stage." I like where this is going, possibly. From understanding global audiences' needs and developing projects to reaching viewers and expanding related businesses. MAPPA is committed to deepening our collaboration with Netflix, aiming for a long-term win-win partnership. See, they know. Okay, hold on. Well, first of all, I'm gonna finish the paragraph here. So, likewise, Netflix Japan's VP of Content, Kada Sakamoto. It's kind of funny because I'm going to show you something in a minute. Asserted, MAPPA is a remarkable studio that has continuously taken on bold challenges and received unprecedented forms of expression. At Netflix, we also value the passion and dedication of creators. By combining MAPPA's unique approach to anime production with Netflix's global reach and the courage to take risks, which is essentially to creating and compiling content, we hope to further expand the possibilities of anime. We are fully committed to delivering new works and excitement to fans around the world. See, here is the thing. The way wording this. And let's see, Gap says, you should do a show, Mike. It blows my effing mind what I read and saw. Oh, yes, dude. Yaha. Uh-huh. A few celebs in that list too. Like Beyonce. I'm not surprised. I really like those manga things that you show at the end of the show. It's kind of getting me into it a little bit. Oh, really? I'm glad about that because it's fun. It is really good. And that's kind of why we were talking about it on Sunday. You know, kind of like the Japanese way of storytelling and stuff like that, right? It's a little different, and I like that needs of the audience. Yes, see, because here's the thing: if you guys were paying attention to, you know, entertainment news more or less last week, like I said, Jim Lee over at DC Comics, you know, president of DC Comics, and you know their publisher and whatnot. You know, he finally admits that manga beats American comics, and yeah, it's true. Because first of all, there's none of the wokey stuff in it. It's I mean, you know, with the exception of a few titles, I mean, especially My Hero Academia, you know, which is like totally superhero. It's not about superhero stuff. And I got to tell you something else. See, North American comics, they have this way of narrating the story. Okay? You know, like in a panel, you see, you know, like the little square. You know, it's basically, you know, for narration purposes, essentially, right? You're the narrator, like in your head, right? It's telling the story. You know, meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, Aquaman's making a tuna fish sandwich for Superman. You know, kind of thing. It's that narration, right? It's telling you the story. The difference is, but you don't really feel there's no emotional connection, so to speak. Okay. You know, except unless you're a really good writer, you know, then, you know, there are some things that, you know, have hit you in the feels kind of thing. But that happens very rarely. And Vince says, yeah, you should do a segment, The Crusader Recommends, where you can push anime onto us. You know what? That's actually a really good idea. That Vince is chock full of ideas. I should, you know what? Because I've been thinking about doing that. Because like I said, there is actually a lot of really good stuff on Netflix if you know where to look. Because there's I could recommend a whole bunch of stuff that I've actually found oddly enough on Netflix and some other stuff. So you know what? That's a pretty good idea. I think I might do that. Let's see. Or you know what? Maybe I think because Gap had mentioned this before, maybe our own little watch party kind of thing. So I could do it through my Netflix and we can watch an episode or something. You know? And then that way it's like this is what I would recommend. That might be a good idea. Tuna sandwich prepared for Aquaman, or is it cannibalistic? It's a little bit of from column A, a little bit from column B. So, and Collector, guten Abend, Collector, Herr Collector. So the Hall of Justice, you said, I made the Batman teledial, deal, as the guy threw 3 playsets into one of them being the 1997 Kenner and a couple of vehicles and figs loose though. Nice. Yeah. And yes, good evening. Still working, but I couldn't resist to sneak in. Yeah, of course you can, because this is a fun show. So, okay, getting back to this. Okay, so yes, Jim Lee's admitting that yeah, manually slaughtering North American comics, and rightfully so because Marvel, DC, especially Image, and a lot of others, all their stories are crap. They've all turned to crap, and we all know they've turned to crap. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, Mark Silvestri and Eric Larson, I mean, God, they've practically gone hardcore porn almost, which is sad. It's very sad. Because these guys used to champion Jack Kirby and stuff like that, and yet at this point they're acting like anything but, right? But the thing is, like I said before, where North American comics concentrate on narration, manga does it in a different way. You like in a North American comic, you see the action. You can maybe, yeah, it's all about the action, but in manga it's more about the feeling. You feel the story. There is no hiding emotion in manga. It's very out there for you to see all the time. So that way you develop a better connection with the reader. Reading a comic, or even if it's in an anime, you still kind of feel it, right? Because it concentrates more about that aspect, and it makes for better storytelling. So, let's see. The collector says, being a teacher, I got to do it for you like this, collector. Being a teacher is like being a domina. Oh God, you get paid for torture the people. There are worse jobs though. Oh, teaching is fun. Oh my God. So what you're saying is you take pleasure in torturing your students. You sicko, you. So no, anyway. So but the thing is also, they know their market. I'm figuring that, here's the thing. I'm figuring that all the manga publishing houses, and of course all the studios that produce anime, have been watching North America very closely, because like we said time and time again, especially on this channel, where we've gotten through several news articles all the time, and you can look back on them because our techno sapien geek Tom, which I miss, and Tom, I hope you're doing all right. I really honestly do. And Pop Culture Republic and Appion and myself. I mean, we've all talked about, the manga industry, what's going on, and they don't want all the wokey bullshit from North America invading into their writing and telling them, you should change. It's like, no. So I suspect that they've been watching North America for quite a few years, and they see the proverbial shite that's been coming out of our comic industry. And so they're making a move like this, and I think it's extremely very smart, because they know people here are reading their content and watching their stuff, because it's not full of garbage. And it's very smart of them. So I would actually pay very close attention to this story as it develops further. So here's the thing. Perhaps most notably is the fact that, as mentioned in the conclusion to the deal's official press release, under this expanded partnership, multiple new anime projects are now in planning and production. It's going to be big. So while nothing has been officially confirmed, and thus it's unknown whether said projects are animated or live action, the specific partnership does lower the barriers of entry towards the studio's current hits, like Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. receiving Netflix adaptations all their own. Nice, huh? So, and if they're going ahead, they're making a move on this quick, like super quick. Exactly, Vince. Everything woke turns to shit. It does, and we've seen it time and time again, all the time. That's right, collector. Go woke, go broke. Precisely. You know. Apparently, I read numbers that Marvel only has like 5 titles for this year. 5. And that's pretty damn bad. Pretty bad when it's like that. So, and Vince, that's for you. Admittedly, MAPPA does not own either Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen, right? With the rights to both currently and firmly held by their shared publisher, Shueisha. Shueisha, whatever. You know who I mean. Well, definitely not Kodansha. So, but Shueisha, I'm not going to pronounce that. However, in light of the breakout success of both series anime adaptations, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Shueisha, oh God, I'm going to kill myself saying that name, would be more than willing to IP for a live action outing should MAPPA either express an interest in making one of their assigned or be assigned by Netflix to helm any such project. You know, so, but here's the thing. Exactly. And go broke. And go broke, go Palestine. Funny how things work. Yeah. Right. Because here's the thing. I think Netflix definitely learned something with One Piece. Okay, I think they definitely did, and when they learned that if you listen to the creator, if because like I said with One Piece, the live action One Piece, he was overlooking everything, and and look how that turned out. It turned out fantastic, right? We're getting a second season. And I mean, let's face it, a lot of anime adaptations to live action don't get a second season. And this did, because they did everything right. So I think Netflix, in conjunction with Japan, with the studios there, I think we're going to see, if they happen to go live action, I think we might see, hopefully, a very faithful adaptation. So, for most of them, it's go Palestine and take flying lessons. God, I love my chat. I think yeah, they've definitely learned their lesson. That's the thing. So, anyway. Ultimately, whether Netflix's Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen is on the live action menu remains firmly in the world of speculation. So this is also just speculative, especially after seeing how wantonly Shueisha allowed Western studios to play with Dragon Ball, Death Note, and even Saint Seiya. Yeah, because that came out 2 years ago. You know, Knights of the Zodiac. Let's just say, what's her name that played Jean Grey? You know, in the original X-Men movies, she's in that. I was curious to want to watch it, but I haven't yet. But I mean, face it, okay? That was years ago. So, well, Dragon Ball, that was ages ago. We don't speak of that ever. It's like the Mario movie from like the 90s. We don't ever talk about that. I wonder why I got a second season. What, One Piece? Live action One Piece? Because it's actually really good. So it's like really entertaining. I the critical no, God, crit drinker. No. The Crusader recommends you watch live action One Piece. It is quite fun. So, but anyway, yeah, that's it for that. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this. And like I said, sure, there is crap on Netflix, but also on top of that, there's also some pretty good stuff. And Vince, I think you have a really good idea. So, yeah, no, I won't. Don't mention Dragon Ball Evolution. It doesn't exist. Grows up in a fetal position. It can't hurt me. It can't hurt me. No, there, it won't. So, but anyway, seeing how we're at the top of the hour, you know what? I think we need a thought from the throne from Rancor Steve. And Steve, if you ever happen to be listening in, because I know every once in a while you happen to join in, hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing good, dude. And let's see, what should I play from Rancor Steve? Yeah, I'll play this one. From Rancor Steve. Enjoy.
I love that.
It's been scientifically proven that women, they love men who work really hard with their hands. Oh, you thought I was on a toilet again? Sickos, man. Okay.
I love that.
That's right. You could say they're like really hands-on men. So, you know what? If you ever want to check out any of the past episodes of Manorama, then go ahead and check them out on YouTube over at Rancor Steve on the YouTubes. Or if you are on Rumble and you want to check out Rancor Steve and Manorama, then go ahead and look up Rancor Steve over on Rumble and look up the past episodes of Manorama. You know what? Unfortunately for now, he's put it on hiatus for the time being because there's stuff going on his end. But a lot of things right now. And Steve, if you happen to be listening at any time during this show, then miss you and hope you come back soon. And better than ever. So, there you go. Exactly. 100% toilet wisdom. His thought from the throne. So, Vincent... Every time I see that, I have to convince me that it's a cigar in his mouth. Oh, God. Yes, it totally 100% is. Okay, so here's another thing, because I said I was going to mention that with the mere mention of that name from the previous article of Sakamoto. So, so the critical... Oh, God. See, I keep on wanting to call the critical drinker, but he's that's right. He's a Scottish guy, and I'm not. So I'm gonna have to, unless I put on a Scottish accent right now, and then tell you what's going on. But I'm not gonna do that because that's his gig. So So again, if you've been on Netflix, then the Crusader recommends that you watch a particular animanga called Sakamoto Days. It's really, really good. It's really good. But in Japan, they're doing a live action adaptation. And here we go.
このふくよかなお父さん、実は伝説の元殺し屋。その名は坂本太郎。殺し屋には戻らない。坂本君に懸賞金がかけられたよ。逃がさねえ。襲い来る最強の殺し屋たち。
どうしようあなた。
坂本は日常を、そして家族を守りきれるのか。家族団らんを邪魔するな。坂本デイズ。
If you don't know anything about Sakamoto Days, if you've never read the manga, if you haven't watched the anime, essentially Sakamoto Days is about this, okay? He's a hitman. He's a retired hitman. And he has a family. He has a wife, he has a daughter. And there are some people that have put out Gaff, I'm glad that you like it, man. I really, really am. So he used to be slim, built, strong as an ox, and he's a retired hitman with a family. And somebody put a hit on him, but he's not so easy to defeat. So many years have gone by, and obviously he put on a few pounds, basically. And so along the way, and he runs a convenience store on top of that in Japan, right? So I think the first two seasons of Sakamoto Days are out now. So if you want to watch something, it's a really, really good show. It's really fun. Maybe that's what I'll do on Thursdays, Vince. If you guys are up for it, maybe I'll do the Crusader recommends, and then maybe we'll do it on what is it? Not on Tubi. It's what everybody else uses. Cosme. And do some anime, and then that way you can watch it without having to pay for Netflix, because I do. So, and thereby I'm saving you guys dollars, and you can just pay me back in super chats or whatever. So, your liberal pacifier picture has me laughing earlier. Oh, that one. You like that, huh? Oh, my friend, I got a whole folder full of memes, and some of them I haven't even used yet. So, but you may use that and use it in good health. Go ahead. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, I suppose I could always show you guys of the liberal pacifier. And if I can go ahead and bring this up. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll bring it up. I mean, it won't be the most shocking thing that you've probably seen on YouTube. And there it is. So if you know what I'm talking about, the liberal pacifier is essentially this. So there you go. If you want it, I can send it to you. Or if you're on X and you happen to follow me on X, like all you people that are following me right now on X, go ahead, grab it, and use it in good health. So there you go. So, Gap, I'm glad I tickled your funny bone. So anyway, okay, next article. On a good anime day. I see Vince likes it too. And hopefully you guys on X and on Rumble get a kick out of it too. So, okay, what's going on here? So, next thing, Sword Art Online director thinks anime making significant gains on Hollywood, but warns that pandering to global audiences often leads to failure. Well, that's true, but like we just read before, and what I've explained before, especially on this channel, that manga authors are not pandering to quote unquote Western woke sensibilities. So, and yes, and if they happen to do pander to global audiences, yeah, it will lead to failure because it's you're taking essentially what is essentially Japanese and taking it out of what it is, which is essentially Japanese all on its own. So, you know what? If you've never seen Sword Art Online, the anime, it's actually not too bad. So it's another pretty good anime. So, back in 2017, it was pretty good. So, yeah, 9 years ago. Anyway, so here it is. The article on this. Though he's both aware and proud of the anime's medium overseas popularity explosion, Sword Art Online director Tomohiko Ito is pushing back against the growing notion that Japanese creators should pointedly pander to international audiences, as he believes this path often leads to failure. Well, it will, because if you're going to kowtow to the blue-haired mob, yeah, your story's going to be ruined, and it will lead to failure because you're going to end up losing readers, and your story is essentially going to end up losing heart. So, I nearly spread out my oatmeals. Really? Oh my God. Lenrod, that's all wrong. Everybody knows Lib have no balls. That's true. It is true. Lenrod, I defer to your knowledge, and I realize the horrible mistake that I made, because we all know that they're becoming trans. So, yeah. And if you guys on X and Rumble like that, then go ahead, subscribe if you happen to be on X. Check out the YouTube channel and on Rumble. The Rumble channel just happens in my backup, just in case I end up canceled on on YouTube, which after that picture might be quite the possibility at this point. So if you can go, just hit the profile, find me on YouTube, find me on Rumble. We're all there, we're all having fun, and hey, better than horrible hate watching news. Essentially, I try to bring the happiness with a vengeance here. So there you go. So what else is going on here? So Ito, who oversaw both seasons of Sword Art Online, as well as its first film, Ordinal Scale, which actually wasn't too bad, added his thoughts to the ongoing debate around the future of anime during a recent industry-centric interview given to Japanese news outlet Daily Shincho. And you know what? And I bet you if I end up clicking on that link, it'll be all entirely in Japanese anyway. And you know what? It is. Damn you. So, damn you all to hell. Maybe I can end up translating it. So, asked for his thoughts on his favorited mediums' rapid rise among international audiences, particularly those in America. The director opinioned as machine translated by Deep L. I really hate it when they do that, but I'm not going to complain. As hopefully it's accurately translated. Just recently, there was news that Toho acquired a British anime distribution company, and since Aniplex bought Crunchyroll in 2020, I get the impression Japanese anime has exploded globally. Well, he's not wrong. Because, let's face it, I mean, aside from some of the DC animated movies that they put out, when was the last time you watched anything made in North America that was animated? I mean, seriously. You know, or in England, or, you know, wherever any of you happen to be. You know? I mean, what is the most watched genre of animation from any country? And I bet you probably more than likely it's going to be Japanese anime. So, with factors like the writers' strike a few years ago and the impact of COVID-19, Hollywood films seem to have lost some of their power, he added. I think Japanese anime has effectively filled that gap. He is not wrong. Because I know last year, I know definitely 100% last year, when my son and I were working, he did ask, he said, Dad, the new Demon Slayer movie's out, you know, do you want to take a day off and just go to the theater and watch it? And this is at, like, you know, like in Canada, we got Cineplex, which is like the largest movie theater chain across Canada and the Republic of Alberta. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That doesn't seem like a half bad idea. But I said, you know, gotta be responsible and, you know, gotta work. But I said, you know, maybe if we got some time, you know, maybe we'll check it out, right? And that's why he actually ended up getting me to start watching Demon Slayer. It's like, damn it, another one that I'm going to watch. And I'm not even through One Piece yet. But no, I mean, if it's popular enough to be put in movie theaters, and it made quite a bit of money apparently, then it kind of shows a little bit of a failure where, you know, where Hollywood movies are, you know, and of course all of you guys know this anyway, crap. So, Lenrod says Western animation has been all CGI for the better part of the last 20 years. I agree with that. Yes. Yeah, and it's getting stale. It's getting boring. You know, it really is. And at least in anime, it's still hand drawn like. And Winrave, how's it going, dude? Ooh, just as well, Winrave, that you are here. I'm finding a box for that grapple, and I'm going to send it off really soon. Okay, so don't think that I haven't forgot about you. I will be sending. Sorry, I will be sending that figure very soon. It's just that I work late during the week, so my only chance to send it off is like on a Saturday. So don't think I haven't forgot about you, because I totally 100% haven't. So I'm just trying to a big enough box for this, just to let you know. And the reason I say it right now is because I'm holding myself accountable to everybody that's listening right now. So there you go. So yeah, you know, there isn't that lost tradition of, you know, it used to be hand drawn, you know, animation. They still do, and it's better that way, because you can see the particular skill that still goes into something like this. So, but what else? So on the topic of global impact, Ito was then pressed as to whether or not he personally subscribed to the idea of globalizing anime's creative intent. To which the director declared, on the contrary, he said, focusing too much on the world often leads to failure. What Japanese people think will be popular globally probably won't appeal to people overseas. And in America, where political correctness is strict, they might think, is Japan still still making the kinds of shows where girls fight with lots of skin, the kind that would be met with suspicion in North America? Well, because here's the thing. That kind of thing only works if, again, you're one of the crazy blue-haired women, or should I even say it, men, that complain about that kind of stuff. So, no problem, I understand. Okay, issues can be a thing. Yeah, hey, no problem, dude. Thanks. You know, and I get where he's coming from, you know, because it's really weird. It's like they're almost afraid of of showing it to the North American market, and that's a scary thing. So modern anime is all digital as well. Not a fan of the modern style in the least. Some of it, yes, you can see some of it is here and there, depending on what in particular. Because I've seen some anime that you could tell it's CGI, but it's still better than North American CGI cartoons, so to speak. You know, but I know they're probably still trying to work out the kinks, I kind of would say. And I think that maybe Brandon, the anime guy, might know maybe a little bit more on that. I'm not sure. One Rave says, yeah, the direction is right. I think many of us, especially those of us in the early years and the 90s, enjoyed it so much because it was so different. Exactly. Precisely. See, and a lot of us, and we've like, you know, I don't know how old you are, but me being in my early 50s, you know, I can remember watching shows, and I didn't even consider it like, oh, this is from Japan. You know, like G-Force, which in Japan was just Super Science Ninja Team Gatchamen, right? Except they didn't call it Gatchamen in North America. It was G-Force Battle of the Planets, right? It's like 70s anime. And obviously, Voltron. I mean, that was complete anime. You know, but we didn't see it as such. We've been watching anime for a long time. Astro Boy, you know, for another one. I mean, God's sake. I mean, even Transformers and G.I. Joe, that was like Japanese anime, you know, brought to a North American market, for a North American market. Really? You're only a little bit older than me. See? Well, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So, yeah, got you, man, says Gamp After Dark. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Vincent, yeah, have you seen that TIE Fighter anime short? That was practically done with CGI, but retouched by hand. Yeah, and there was one guy that did it. And what was that, like maybe 11 years ago when that came out? By that person? And it still looks amazing, you know? That guy took a lot of time and made it look really, really good. Let's see. And Wimbrave says, I think I mentioned this, but in Japan, the 60s Fantastic Four was called Space Ninja Ghosts. Yes, I remember you mentioning that. I do. Yeah, and that's right, Vince. We had anime over here before it was called anime. Damn, like a freaking hipster. Yeah. Yeah. Was it 11 years? Yeah, see? I know what I'm talking about. Or at least I try to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we've had this for a long time, and it's It's because you can see, unfortunately, where, like he said, uh, where political correctness is strict, right? Talking about in North America, they might think, right? Is Japan still making the kinds of shows where girls fight with lots of skin, the kind that would be met with suspicion in North America? And yeah, and unfortunately, he's right because of the friggin' batshit crazy Looney Tunes people out there. So, I mean, I don't know if you might have heard of this, but the one anime that's out, Farron, elf woman, young woman, girl, I suppose, because, elves age differently. But apparently they're trying to label her as a racist. I mean, it's an anime, for God's sake. It's a manga. It's turned into an anime. But apparently they're trying to say that Farron is racist. Why? Because she kills demons. It's like, are you serious? See, and his worries are completely justified. They're completely justified, unfortunately. So it goes on to say, however, Ito did admit there was one element of overseas anime marketing that he hoped to see both expanded upon and adopted domestically. Better recognition of a given work's actual production staff. Regarding the world and Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Infinity Castle, I wish more light would be shed on the internal staff. So director Haruo Soto Sakai rarely gets introduced domestically, yet he's recognized abroad. Recently, I heard from a Chinese acquaintance that he did a stage greeting with the film's cinematographer, Yuichi Taro, to coincide with the Chinese release. So, that's actually, actually that movie I still have to see. So, anyway, I haven't seen it. But yeah, so. And here we go. So for the sake of those aspiring to work in anime in the future, I hope the history of who did what is preserved. Director Toga is the director of the top of the two highest grossing Japanese films of all time in Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, which I actually saw a couple of days ago, and Infinity Castle, which I haven't seen yet. Don't you think people would like to know a bit more about him? Yeah, because I would. I know I would. And only because of the simple fact of what I'm trying to do. Since these works are hitting it big overseas too, I wish they'd feature more than just the voice actors. So Ito's next work is an anime film adaptation of the first entry in Kaigo Hagasho's. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because when it comes to Japanese names, I butcher them. Basically, it's a series of novels and is currently hit in Japanese theaters at the end of the month. So, yeah, I gotta say, he's right, and he's right to worry because listen. Canada, North America, we got a bunch of nutcases on our hands, and it's sad that other countries are essentially thinking this of us. And this is something we got to put a stop to. So, Vincent, yeah, in America, those girls have skin where it doesn't belong. Yeah. This is true. Sad, but true. Thank you, X, for also sticking by and watching. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, totally. They have skin where it doesn't belong. That's the scary thing. My son and I were actually talking about this morning. Or no, sorry. Stuff. The collector says, ha, I'm finally done and you are still here. What a lucky man I am. You're darn tootin' right you are. So, hope you punished your students enough. But taking a look at the news article, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna turn this one up because we've gone through this, and you know what? I'm going to share the Japanese article because I actually have it translated into English now because I'm so awesome. Oh yeah, and Star Trek, yeah. Female Jem'Hadar. That alone doesn't make me want to watch that shite. No, it don't. And an obese lesbian Jem'Hadar, Klingon abomination kind of. Let me see what else he says. So, the original story is the right answer. So interview. Oh, it's a big long interview one too. So overall, I feel like it's becoming a difficult time for original anime without a source material. Until now, for example... Okay, wait a minute. Until now, for example, Toei's Dragon Ball movie series was not based on the original manga, but it was a version of the movie made by the original anime staff. Meanwhile, in recent years, the original author has been making more and more commitments around the Strong World movie in One Piece. And I think he has realized that from the Infinity Train arc, oh yeah, and Demon Slayer, which I watched a couple of days ago, if the original manga were to be adapted into an anime of ultra high quality, everyone would be most happy. So there's a sense of security for the viewer, so you can see things that amplify the emotions you experience in the manga. See, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the key thing that I just talked about. So the difference between why North American comics are feeling and why manga's basically becoming, why it's slaughtering US. Because he said you can see things that amplify the emotions you experience in the manga. And what did I just tell you? Where North American comics are action all the time. Well, maybe not so much action. Maybe it's like more like, complaining about SJW crap. But they leave the emotion out. And Japan is about the story and the adventure, but it's also about the emotion too. And that emotion you can feel as you're reading the comic. Because they know how to emote their faces. So you actually feel what the characters are going through, right? It's not just, another page turner, because it makes you so engrossed in the story that you can feel it. You can literally feel it. And and he kind of confirms this. You can see things that amplify the emotions you experience in the manga. So, if you felt those emotions in the manga, this is stuff that they're talking about. So, but anyway, enough about that. You guys are awesome. And let's see. Gap says, yeah, where's the fat lesbian emoji when you need it? You know what? Gap, that's a really good idea. I think I might have to make an emoji like that. Would you guys like that? A fat lesbian emoji. So whenever we're talking about something that's woke and stuff like that, you can just fill it full of fat lesbian emojis. I think I should start doing that. I started with One Piece due to your recommendation. Now I am addicted to CRC the Comic Pimp. Oh my god. What have I done? Well, if you can make it to where I'm at, which is like over episode 1000, and I know there's a lot more to go, then you are just as insane as I am. So there you go. And not only is he the bad guy, but also a wimp. Don't watch it. Jeez. I wasn't planning to. I still have stuff to live for. Oh my god. Okay. An army of, yes, Linrod, an army of blue-haired land whales. Oh my god. Okay. So, because there isn't a Friday show going on anymore, kind of put that off on hiatus for the time being. Because, like I said, you know, going out and work, and when I get home, especially after today, oh my god. I'm just, excuse me for yawning, but just pretty damn tired. So I've been doing the cartoons on today. So you know what I'm going to do? Let me turn off the captions. And this is one thing that nobody can really take away from me because I think I'm the only one doing this kind of thing. So we're going to do cartoon time. And on top of that, like I said, because One Piece, second season, is coming up in March. This is essentially the perfect time to start doing it now because, you know, by the time we get through the episodes, it'll be time to watch One Piece on Netflix. So, and also, yeah, so I'm gonna ask you guys something too, after, and then we will do the other stuff because you know what? I'm sure that Lenrod, while he's at work, it seems like he has a little bit of a copious amount of time that, well, I'll mention it soon. Enjoy.
Kill me.
I'll pay him no mind. Unless you want to die.
Do it!
Yo! Yayo, yayo! Dream it! Don't give it up, Lupe! Dream it! Don't give it up, Solo! Dream it! Don't give it up, Nami! Dream it! Don't give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up!
I be a clown pirate.
That's very interesting. You're very interesting.
Welcome to our humble abode. I see you've already met Nami. Allow me to introduce the rest of my crew.
Consume your own penis, you ugly freak! You can't keep this monkey in a cage.
Good play! I'll just have to rustle up me mange of survival.
Combine with powers.
Damn it! Now I'll have nothing to offer up to the zombie overlords. What do you want with me, you weird spaceman?
He thinks clowns are from space.
Clowns are from space.
Damn it, he knows!
Damn it, I know!
I'm from Georgia.
Hey, what's going on? Okay, who is this now?
Zoro, where have you been?
I was getting this sandwich.
Kick ass!
Seriously, who the head is head of security?
Yeah, dude, 4 different kinds of cheeses and 6 different kinds of meat.
Because they're fired.
I don't even know that many kinds of meat. That sounds like some fine cuisine.
Stop talking about
There was just no reasoning with him.
No doubt you're impressed. My powers are an amazing sight to behold.
Damn it! You're an asshole! Fuck! What's wrong with you? God!
You cut me into pieces.
I was fucking kidding! Fuck you! You're an asshole!
I wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah! Suck it!
Where did our heroes go? There they are, right there.
What are you doing in there?
I gotta go.
Oh, shit! Ah, don't do that. I blew up my sandwich! Don't worry, Zoro. We can eat this dog.
Soshinaruna.
No, the morality of man is not a simple construct. It has layers and layers of complexity. Godspeed, you magnificent son of a bitch! Where the hell's he going? To a better place, Zoro. To a better place.
Oh, shit.
There you
his ass 2 miles and you had the key the whole fucking time? Whoa! All this jackass needs is Tilda Swinton, and he's ready to tackle Narnia. I'm insulting your wardrobe. Seriously, dude, what the heck is your story?
I have a spastic colon. Go ahead, make your jokes. I've heard them all before, but you don't know what it's really like. You have no idea. It's taco day. Of course it's taco day. You're sitting in the cafeteria, all the kids are playing and laughing. Everything goes from bad to worse. In an instant, your life changes. I unload everything.
Holy shit.
Freedom!
Shouldn't hurt.
Luffy, I thought you could use some help, so I brought you this old guy.
Back to work. Roar! You've been a very bad kitty. Spin, you dumb animal. Spin until you are dead. Think it's time to switch condiments, cause that weak sauce ain't helping. I killed a lion.
I'll show you, weak sauce.
I am the club rocker.
No, you ain't.
Ha! Your first mate is dead.
Wrong again. That was our cabin boy, and he is not allowed near the good furniture.
Well then, where is your worthless first mate so I can kill him too?
Bold words for someone not on a unicycle. However, if I were you, I would prepare my vital organs for this next attack.
Not so fast.
Back off, floozy.
It's in my eyes!
Looks like you're tougher than I thought. I'll just have to step it up a notch with my ultimate technique.
Cradles of 1,000 Jews!
Let's get one thing straight here. I want to make sweet, sugary love to Aunt Jemima.
That was sad like tongue depressors.
Nami, what the hell is wrong with you?
Freaking salad.
Well, Zoro, I'd say that wraps things up here.
Dude, these guys are pissed.
We hate this town!
I loved everyone.
Good thinking. Adios, amigos.
And so our brave heroes make their escape.
Damn right they do.
Goodbye, stupid town. You all suck! Damn it! Ah, yeah!
And there you go. That's pretty much all for you guys there. Yeah. So love that attack. Dreidel. Oh my god, Dreidel of 1,000 Jews. I love that. And the Spazicolon. So I did that with the colon. But anyway, hope you guys on X and Rumble and YouTube enjoyed that. A little bit of funny going on today. So you know what? This is what I'm going to do. Or this is what I'm thinking about doing. Now that Vincent has offered a really, really nice suggestion. Damn it. I don't know. Maybe bringing back a Thursday show wouldn't be half bad for a little bit. Because I'm thinking, because like what I mentioned months ago, you know, if I do the Sunday show, which is huge circles, wait a minute, guys, don't say night just yet. Hold on. You know, skip a day, do Tuesday, skip a day Wednesday, do something Thursday, skip Friday, do Saturday, which is movie day. Stop saying goodnight. I'm not done yet. Damn it. Vincent, now I have to get myself a sandwich with 4 different cheeses and 6 different meats. Yes, you do. I'm sure you live close to a really good market that has that. Yeah, maybe I had something planned on Thursdays. that I was going to do. I was going to do the whole comic book read, but I haven't found my Johnny Storm. So, so maybe we'll do something called The Crusader Recommends, based on Vincent Womack's idea. And I'll see if I can do something, if I can play something on Netflix through Cosme. And we'll do a watch party kind of thing. So, Lenrod, I don't know when your days off are, because I'm sure that it's, obviously the weekend. And I don't know exactly precisely what you do. But, hey, if you're willing to hang out at night, probably watch something maybe fun that I can recommend, or maybe a series that we can go through or something like that. Yeah, then maybe we'll do that. So, you know what? Instead of hate watching Star Trek or, hate watching other shows, just watch something positive. Watch something fun. Watch something that's remotely entertaining. And I don't know, maybe just do it for an hour. Say if it's an anime that's like maybe 2, quite possibly 3 shows, because usually they're about 22 minutes each. So, roughly round it out to roughly about an hour or something like that. Right, we could do that. So, yeah, the Crusaders are still waiting. Orders, my lord. Yeah, the orders are, if you guys think it's a really good idea, then maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. I'll pick something good. Maybe we'll pick something live action. I just suggested a segment. Don't blame me for this one. No, I won't. I'll think about it. Seeing it's getting close to 9 o'clock my time, and let me ponder the ponderings, and yeah, we'll call it Crusader Recommends. The Crusader Recommends, or I'll think of a witty title, kind of like Titillating Tuesdays and Huge Circles in Mike's Movie Matinee. I like to think of witty little titles to call things, fun titles to call things. So, oh my God, yeah, positive. Let's watch Holocaust, the series. I've never heard of that series. I am in. I only can learn. Yeah, exactly. And like I said, hopefully you might like the stuff that I've been watching. Maybe I'll put on, a show from Japan, maybe some anime, maybe a K-drama from Korea, because there's actually some pretty good stuff that actually comes out of Korea that you had no idea. Stuff like that. So, anyway, you guys out there from wherever you may hail from, I hope you guys had a good time. Please, if you can, really share the show around, because I really would appreciate it to make this channel grow. Yeah, and let's see, what am I going to put on for this Saturday? Let's see, for Mike's Movie Matinee this Saturday, I will put on let me see if I got that movie already downloaded. I'm pretty sure I do. Let me go into my folder full of 30s movies. See, and Ranker Steve is calling me right now, so I don't have time. Yes, the war movie that's still even credited and hailed today as one of the great aerial movies to this day, called Hell's Angels. So I got everything ready and whatnot for that. And we'll play that actually this Saturday. And have fun watching that. So a good war movie drama, Hell's Angels. This time on Mike's Movie Matinee. So we'll do that. Anyway, folks, you guys have a great rest of the week. Don't worry, I'll fill in for something on Thursday. It'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be huge. It'll be magnificent. It'll be great. Bright Eyes. Nope, definitely not Bright Eyes. Betty Boop. I'll be getting to, you know what? Eventually I'm going to be getting to Betty Boop. So, because apparently I didn't know that originally she was supposed to be a dog, a cartoon dog. So, there we go. And, you should look for it. It's actually good. Michael York in a leading role. Ooh, really? I do like Michael York. So, anyway, okay. If it's out there, then I'll play it. So, anyway, you guys have a great time. Look out for a show then this Thursday, okay? Of some sort. And I'll try to set it up on Cosme, see how things go with that. So anyway, you guys, spread the show around. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment after the show because it helps the algorithm. It helps this channel grow and get noticed, like, you know, out there on the YouTubes, because, you know, we try to be a little bit fun and a little bit different. And, you know, and like to have the funds and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, you guys remember this, please.
Be excellent to each other. And